selamat datang di Love, Health, Wealth with me, Zia, the holistic source for you to have the body and life you love. Oke, di episode ke-11 kali ini, kita bakal ngebahas, 11 bukan? Ya, 11. Oke, di episode 11 kali ini, kita bakal ngebahas tentang how to grow rich according to your Ayurvedic dosha. Gimana caranya menjadi kaya sesuai dengan dosha kamu. Nah, kalau kamu belum tahu apa sih dosha kamu, coba cek dulu ya video episode nomor 3 dan nomor 5 tentang Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Ayurvedic dosha. Dan buat kamu yang belum tahu apa sih dosha kamu, bisa di-download dulu kuisnya di website saya ziakusumawadini.com/body-type-quiz, atau bisa klik the link on the caption below. Seperti yang udah sering saya sharing tentang tendensi setiap orang, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, dia punya tendensi masing-masing. Yang pertama kita udah bahas tentang tendensi kerjaan, apa kerjaan yang ideal gitu kan. Yang kali ini mau kita fokusin adalah tentang gimana caranya lo bisa tajir sesuai dengan dosha lo. Karena setiap orang yaitu tadi punya tendensinya masing-masing tentang wealth management. Nah, kita bahas satu-satu ya. Kalau misalnya kamu dominannya Vata, ingat nggak Vata dominan elemennya apa? Karena kalau kamu ingat elemennya, itu gampang banget buat kemudian kamu assess dan kamu treat whatever situation that you want to address. In this case, how to grow richer. Nah, kalau Vata ini, karena dominan elemen adalah ether and air, the lightest of the element, elemen yang tidak ada formnya, nggak ada bentukannya sama sekali. Jadi orang Vata ini, when it comes to the tendency with wealth, money come and go. Kayak goib gitu loh duitnya, maksudnya goib kayak like ether, like spirit, it doesn't have form, right? So if you're purely dominant in Vata atau punya tendensi Vata yang tinggi, unfortunately, when it comes to like wealth management, like keeping it on the safe, in the bank account, you have difficulties with that. Karena uang masuk, uang keluar, uang masuk, uang keluar. Khususnya buat yang tinggal di perkotaan nih. Kenapa perkotaan tendensinya juga seperti itu? Karena the environment that we live in, mereka juga ada tendensi dosanya masing-masing. That means wherever you live gitu kan, dia ada penyakit-penyakit tendensinya banget tergantung environment-nya. Makanya kenapa kalau saya di Jakarta nih, klien-klien saya kebanyakan penyakitnya tuh mirip semua ya, karena environment-nya sama, kualitas airnya sama, kualitas udaranya sama, tipikal pekerjaannya sama, tipikal lifestyle-nya sama. Jadi ya, tendensi penyakitnya kemudian sama banget. Nah, balik lagi ke wealth management for Vata, because your tendency is come and go easily, you need to be able to think more the balance sign. What do I mean by that? Nah, karena Vata ini elemennya ether and air, biar balance, kamu kan harus ngambil opposite elemennya, yaitu earth element, something that is more heavy. So, instead of spend money impulsively, misalnya kayak ngeliat barang tertentu padahal kamu belum tentu actually bakal dipakai gitu kan, kamu kayak impulsif beli aja gitu kan, kayak kecing gitu kan, tiba-tiba kosong aja. I always joke like, ada tuyul kayak di dompetku. Because basically money just come and go impulsively, come and go easily, because I'm also dominant in Vata gitu kan. So in this case, one of the tips for you to grow rich is that become more aware, become more conscious. Think twice anytime you want to spend, every time you want to spend money on something. Do you really need it? What's the purpose of this? Is it just because of my impulse? Or actually, dengan saya menggunakan uang ini, dengan saya spend uang ini, ada manfaat lebih besar dibanding cuma FOMO, fear of missing out. Loh, apa hubungannya sama FOMO? Karena orang dominan Vata, emosi yang dominan buat Vata kalau negatif adalah fear, rasa takut, rasa cemas, worry, anxiety. Makanya oftentimes orang Vata, dia juga salah satu alasan kenapa spend money impulsively, because of that fear of missing out. So, besides having the awareness sebelum kamu belanja buat tahu kayak ini buat apa, if the answer to that is fear atau si FOMO tadi, you know that that's not actually the best way for you to spend your money on. Jadi benar-benar tanya lagi, be aware, maybe take 1 or 2 long deep breath, maybe take few days, maybe take couple days gitu kan, akhirnya buat decide apakah aku benar-benar akan membutuhkan dan memerlukan barang ini. Next one, dosha selanjutnya adalah Pitta. Nah, karena Pitta ini elemen dominannya adalah api, fire, it makes Pitta dominant people very goal-oriented. Makanya saat mereka ngeluarin duit, ini juga goal-oriented banget. Jadi saat mereka ngeluarin duit nih dibanding Vata yang kayak, whatever, I just like to buy things, gitu kan. Kalau Pitta kayak, ini buat apa? Ini gunanya buat apa? Ada hubungannya nggak sama kerjaan saya? Because they're very, in general, Pitta dominant people very goal-oriented gitu kan. Jadi apapun yang mereka lakukan, termasuk mengeluarkan duit, belanja gitu kan, dia pasti nanya, ini ada hubungannya nggak sama purpose yang mau saya ambil gitu kan. So I know someone, and he only spend his money for his business. Bahkan buat ngeluarin duit, buat beli tasnya dia yang udah, sletingnya udah rusak gitu kan, he's like, well, it's still working gitu kan, kayak ini nggak jelek-jelek amat, tasnya masih bagus, masih functional, ya gue nggak akan beli, padahal kayak itu udah agak rusak gitu. Or, he don't buy clothes for the sake of beauty, ini cantik apa gimana, nyaman, tapi lebih kayak, this is good for my work, this is here very functional for my business. So that's a very typical Pitta people. The downside to Pitta when it comes to wealth management adalah dia bisa spending things on luxury things. Now, I don't think that's purely good or purely bad. It really depends on preference. Tapi kalau kamu punya tendensi buat once you get money and then you just spend things on luxury item and then you don't even have the money to then fulfill your goal, to then fulfill your dreams, then maybe there needs a balance point. Intinya, kalau buat Pitta sendiri, because they're very good on like managing their wealth, organizing and everything, I don't see a huge problem when it comes to grow rich for Pitta, because if they want to set their goal to grow rich, they will find a way for it. It is just sometimes maybe you want to just let loose, maybe you just want to relax gitu kan. Sometimes gak apa-apa kok buat kayak spending money for your own personal pleasure, for other people's pleasure yang mungkin gak ada hubungannya, let's say, sama goal kamu, but if it can give more like joy and presence and like pleasure in your life that is not related sama goal on the tadi, maybe that's a good thing to do once in a while. Dan dosha terakhir, last but not least, adalah Kapha. Nah, karena Kapha ini dominan elemennya adalah earth, so is the heaviest and the most form of all gitu kan. Kapha dominant people actually has no problem with saving money. Khususnya Kapha. Kalau Kapha doshanya adalah di pikiran, bukan di badan. Kalau badannya Kapha tapi pikirannya Vata ya sama aja. They might like spend money to eat because Kapha loves to eat. Now, nothing good or bad, it's just if you want to grow rich, then generally this Kapha quality tentang kayak preserving money, saving, and all those things maybe is the right choice for you to adapt more. At the same time, nah, aku bukan financial advisor ya, Bo. So, if you just save tanpa ngelakuin apapun gitu kan, diinvestasiin yang benar, maybe that's not also a good thing karena inflasi atau apalah. Now, I'm not going to go there because that's, again, not my expertise. At the same time, this quality of preserving things instead of spending yang dominannya Vata adalah kualitas yang generally good when it comes to grow richer, when it comes to like building wealth. At the same time, after that, then you want to evoke more of that Pitta quality of goal-getterness, of like, okay, gue punya duit nih, thanks to the Kapha side of me, and then gimana gue bisa bikin plan, map out, organizing, to reach my goal of certain, let's say you have certain financial goal gitu kan, how I can regulate, how I can organize this money so that it can achieve my goal of, let's say you have certain amount of money or dreams or traveling the world that you want to do, itu pakai si Pitta quality-nya. Kalau misalnya, aduh, gue nggak jago nih buat mengorganizing keuangan gue gitu kan, because let's say Pitta is not your dominant dosha, then that's maybe the time where you can hire someone, a Pitta goal-oriented financial advisor, for example, to help you manage your wealth. In this case, summary is, depends on your dosha. If you're Vata, Pitta, or Kapha, everyone, setiap orang udah punya tendensi masing-masing when it comes to wealth management. If you're Vata, definitely be aware tentang spending kamu. Don't spend money because of fear of missing out. make sure that you really know why are you spending this money for. For Pita, it's good that you have goal-oriented nature, and for Kapha, then the balance side will be like how you can mengorganize, plan out your wealth, all the money that you've been saving. Oh, sorry, one more thing, but Pita, be chill a little bit more if you want to like also enjoy. You can save, you can be goal-oriented with your financial goal. At the same time, how you can still enjoy and be okay about spending money a little bit on your personal pleasure. Terakhir banget nih, sebelum kita close this class adalah tentang when it comes to grow rich. The first question you need to ask yourself adalah, what's your definition of rich? Is it like a lot of saving? Apakah deposito? Apakah punya properti di mana-mana? Apakah punya investment ini itu? Atau for some people, maybe grow rich means you have experiences of life where you travel the world. Lagi-lagi nggak ada yang salah, nggak ada yang benar. Like Ayurveda, everything is both good and bad. It depends gitu kan. Now, if your meaning of rich, meaning you have an experience of life, then you can save money and then use that for traveling the world. If, let's say, for you to grow rich is to actually have businesses that can help other people, then you have that saving money ability of Kapha growth nature, and then you use that to, fund your passion project. And for some people, maybe grow rich is when you're able to share with other people. Mungkin kamu bisa masak punya orang lain, mungkin kamu punya yayasan di mana kamu membagikan kekayaan kamu, hal-hal yang kamu punya sama orang lain. So again, it really depends. What is your definition of rich? Apa makna tajir, apa makna kaya buat kamu? And then use your finance wisely to help you fulfill that richness of life that is aligned to you. So, that's it for today, and I hope it can give you benefit. Sekarang pertanyaan buat kamu, apa sih satu hal yang kamu pelajari dari kelas ini? Share your learning on the comment below, and when you're down there, be sure to like and subscribe so you will be the first to hear about our future online classes. Dan kalau kamu pengen belajar lebih lanjut tentang everything related with holistic health and beauty, kamu bisa follow saya di Instagram @ziakusumawardini atau ke website saya ziakusumawardini.com. Sampai ketemu di kelas selanjutnya ya. Dah. Next one. Dosa bo. @ziakusumawardini atau bisa kunjungi web